When people talk about classic American muscle cars, names like Ford, Chevrolet, and Dodge often dominate the conversation. But Mercury, a brand often thought of as Ford's more refined sibling, has its own rich history in the muscle car scene. Known for blending performance with style, Mercury muscle cars were powerful, stylish, and often overlooked gems of the muscle car era. Let's explore 7 rare Mercury muscle cars that you've probably never seen. Number 1. 1969 Mercury Cyclone CJ. The Mercury Cyclone CJ Cobra Jet was Mercury's answer to the muscle car battle that was raging in the late 60s. Often overshadowed by the Ford Mustang and Chevrolet Camaro, the Cyclone CJ packed serious muscle under its sleek and aerodynamic body. The car was powered by the legendary 428 Cobra Jet V8 engine, which produced a whopping 335 horsepower, though enthusiasts believe the actual output was closer to 400 horsepower. What made the Cyclone CJ stand out wasn't just the raw power, but also its understated appearance. While many muscle cars of the era were brash and loud, the Cyclone CJ was more refined, with smooth lines and a slightly reserved look. This sleeper car could surprise anyone who thought it was just another family cruiser. The 1969 Cyclone CJ could do the quarter mile in under 14 seconds, which put it in the same league as some of the biggest names in the muscle car world. Despite its capabilities, the Cyclone CJ remains one of the more underappreciated muscle cars from the era, making it a rare sight today. Number 2. 1967 Mercury Comet Cyclone GT. The 1967 Mercury Comet Cyclone GT was a direct competitor to the more well-known Pontiac GTO and Ford Fairlane. With a distinctive fastback design and a powerful engine lineup, the Cyclone GT was Mercury's ticket to muscle car fame in the late 60s. Under the hood, the Cyclone GT featured a 390 cubic inch V8 engine, delivering up to 335 horsepower and 427 left of torque. This car wasn't just about straight-line speed. It handled well for its time, offering a smooth ride and decent cornering ability. The Comet Cyclone GT had a sportier appearance than previous Comet models, with a more aggressive front end and chrome accents, giving it a distinctive, high-performance look. Although the Cyclone GT was overshadowed by Ford's other muscle cars like the Mustang, it remains an underrated performer from Mercury's stable. With only a limited number of units produced, the 1967 Cyclone GT is a rare sight on the road, making it a prize find for collectors today. Number 3. 1970 Mercury Cougar Eliminator. The Mercury Cougar is often remembered as the more luxurious cousin of the Ford Mustang, but the Cougar Eliminator package turned this luxury coupe into a true muscle car contender. The 1970 Cougar Eliminator was the most aggressive version of the Cougar, designed to compete directly with other muscle cars, like the Dodge Challenger and Plymouth Barracuda. The Eliminator package came with bold graphics, a functional hood scoop, front and rear spoilers, and a range of powerful engines. The most impressive of these was the 428 Cobra Jet Ram Air V8, producing 335 horsepower, though some versions came with the Boss 302 or even the 429 Super Cobra Jet engine. The Cougar Eliminator wasn't just a drag strip machine. It also handled exceptionally well for its size. With suspension upgrades and a wider track than its competitors, the Cougar Eliminator was a formidable road car that could hold its own in the corners. Despite its abilities, the Cougar Eliminator has remained relatively obscure, which makes spotting one at a car show a rare event. Number 4. 1966 Mercury S55. The Mercury S55 was a full-size luxury muscle car that blended performance with comfort in a way few other vehicles could. While the S55 wasn't as widely recognized as some of its more compact competitors, it was one of Mercury's most powerful cars of the 1960s. The 1966 Mercury S55 came standard with a 428 cubic inch Super Marauder V8 engine, delivering 345 horsepower. While the car's size might suggest it was more suited for cruising than racing, the 55 could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 7 seconds, a respectable time for such a large vehicle. What set the S55 apart from other muscle cars of the era was its emphasis on luxury. The car came equipped with plush bucket seats, an upscale interior, and a ride that was smoother than most other muscle cars. It offered a blend of speed and comfort that made it an attractive option for those who wanted both muscle and refinement in their vehicle. Number 5. 1971 Mercury Montego GT. The 1971 Mercury Montego GT is a name that rarely comes up in muscle car conversations, but it shouldn't be overlooked. The Montego GT was designed to compete with mid-size muscle cars, offering a powerful engine lineup and a bold, aggressive design that made it stand out. The Montego GT could be equipped with a 429 Cobra jet engine, making it one of the most powerful cars Mercury ever built. With its long, sloping hood, fastback styling, and optional hood scoops, the Montego GT looked every bit the part of a muscle car. Its performance matched its appearance, with the Cobra jet engine capable of producing over 370 horsepower, allowing the Montego GT to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just over 6 seconds. Though the Montego GT was overshadowed by more popular models from Ford, its rarity makes it a unique find today. With only a limited number ever produced, this is one of those Mercury muscle cars you've probably never seen in person. Number 6. 1964 Mercury Marauder Super 427. The Mercury Marauder was Mercury's answer to the performance demands of the mid-1960s. In 1964, Mercury released the Marauder Super 427, a special version of the Marauder equipped with a 427 cubic inch V8 engine that produced a staggering 425 horsepower. The Super 427 was a true powerhouse, capable of hitting 60 miles per hour in less than 6 seconds, a remarkable feat for its time. The car was designed for drag racing, and many examples found their way onto the strip, where they proved to be highly competitive. The Marauder Super 427 was only produced in limited numbers, making it a rare and highly sought-after car today. With its powerful engine and bold styling, the Marauder Super 427 was one of the most impressive muscle cars of the 1960s. However, due to its limited production run and Mercury's lower profile compared to Ford, the car remains largely unknown to many classic car enthusiasts. Number 7. 1968 Mercury Cougar XR7G. The 1968 Mercury Cougar XR7 G is one of the rarest muscle cars to come out of the Mercury lineup. The G in XR7, G stands for Dan Gurney, the famous racing driver who helped design the car. The XR7 G was an upgraded, high-performance version of the Cougar, featuring special styling cues like a hood scoop, unique badging, and fog lamps. Under the hood, the XR7 G could be equipped with several powerful engines, including the 390 V8, the 428 Cobra jet, or even a 427 V8 in some rare cases. This gave the XR7 G plenty of power to compete with the top muscle cars of its era. The Cougar XR7 G was produced in limited numbers, and because it was a more luxurious model, many were treated as grand touring cars rather than all-out performance machines. Today, finding an original XR7 G in good condition is incredibly rare, making it a true hidden gem among Mercury muscle cars. Mercury muscle cars may not have the same name recognition as their Ford or Chevy counterparts, but they hold a special place in automotive history. These 7 models, each with their unique blend of power, style, and rarity, are proof that Mercury was a serious player in the muscle car world. While they might not be as famous, they certainly deserve to be remembered and celebrated by muscle car enthusiasts everywhere. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. So next time you're at a car show or browsing classic cars online, keep an eye out for these rare Mercury muscle cars. You might just discover a hidden treasure.